Loma Linda is sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
Welcome back, listeners. This is the 4 o'clock on KCAA, and I'm your host, James Kane. And today on the James Kane Experience, I have a wonderful program that me and my panel put together. I was thinking of so many people when I thought of this topic. It will be in segment 1. Who married you, God or the government? I have to say it one more time because that's a powerful topic. Who married you, God or the government? In segment 2, like we always have, reading for the blind. And segment 3, James Sports Weekly Recap. So let's talk about this first topic before I send it over to my panel. Marriage is a wonderful thing. We come together as a union. You find someone that you can or want to live your life with. It's a companion. It's your choice. It's who you give your intimate secrets to, your thoughts, your friend. Sometimes it could be your enemy, but it's yours. It's your household. So I will ask you on my first segment, what do you think? Has God married you or did the government? Well, I'll let you know this. You might say, what is he talking about? Well, when you get married by God, it's a spiritual institution. It's something that is a covenant and a bond. Now, what I mean by did the government marry you, it's a legal union. That's something for tax benefits, Social Security, inheritance, divorce, and many other things. Child support. Can't leave that out. Sorry about that, men. But, women pay child support too, but mostly men. They ain't going to get you. So, think about that. When you got married, you went into a church. Most of us, some of us went to City Hall. But those who went to a church, you have your faith and your belief. And you went in there, and a lot of you spent thousands and thousands of dollars. And you got in that church, and you got in front of God with the pastor, and he married you. And this is a wonderful thing. All you thought was being with your mate. But then they give you a piece of paper and say, take this to the clerk, the county clerk, because you need a legal contract. So without this legal contract, that marriage ceremony that you paid all this money for, it really doesn't exist in the government's eyes. Now, why is that? That I'll pose the question to you. Only you can answer your situation. But all I want to do is make you think about it. So my next guest is you know who, my daughter, Skittles.
How y'all doing today? Yes, I'm glad we did this topic because I have a lot of discussions with some of my, female friends about this discussion. And I'm very happy that we're talking about this discussion today. So to your question, you can't get married without the government. So you can do a private one. You can do a religion ceremony only. You can also do a domestic contract. And you can do a common law marriage, but that varies in some states. And you also can do a power of attorney and estate planning. And you can do, like you said, spiritual and cultural union. So some communities or belief systems of government marriage, are cultural unions that are recognized socially and religiously. But the modern state got involved many of years ago, for legal property tax reasons, but marriage as a spiritual institute established by God long before government even existed.
Yes, ma'am.
But what you think on that, Shay?
Personally, I feel like the government tries any way they can to make a profit off of your personal life. But I feel that that I personally have chosen a domestic partnership, which is different than signing a marriage license. The only difference is that a marriage license is recognized by the federal government, and a domestic partnership is just recognized by your state. Also, with a domestic partnership, you can still file as single. You can, but at the same time, your partner is recognized in case of like a medical emergency.
Yes.
Say I'm in a coma, my partner can make medical decisions for me.
And I think that, to me, I think that's good, because if something ever happened, I feel like the family can't push that person out. Like, she's not married or he's not married to her. We make the decisions. And I think that's why I love the domestic partnership contract, because it gives that person, they even can get put on your insurance. It's still, it's a way, I feel like there's a way that you still can be spiritual with that, and the government won't play no part in it.
Yeah.
So is that why it's trending that most young adults are doing the domestic partnership, and they're choosing not to have a big formal wedding?
I feel like the weddings are just expensive. And nowadays, young adults, teenagers, they come in, they know more about themselves. So I feel like, they finding themselves and, learning about their history, and they realizing like, you know what, I don't have to have this big wedding. Long if it's just me, my partner, and God, and my spiritual beliefs or whatever, that is fine with me. And they don't need a big old wedding to prove it. They can just have they can go to their house and have a little, little get together, and, still have a, what do you call it? A
commitment ceremony.
Yes.
But I think it's not that wedding, because weddings can be affordable. It's the fact that divorce is expensive.
Yes.
Do you know that it costs almost $3,000 to get a divorce?
Yes.
No, actually, I did not know that.
It does. So when you sign that marriage certificate, in order to cut the bond with that other person, you have to then pay for the divorce.
Now, that divorce, who really came up with that? It's because why should you have to pay the government
Yes.
to get married? You pay taxes, which there are tax benefits.
Yes.
It is also, I understand that groupism is better than individualism, meaning it's better to have two with an income than one with an income.
Yes.
But some, on the other hand, we have that a lot of individuals have made a lot of money by themselves,
Yes.
and they found them a wife. So the tax benefit didn't matter in their circumstances. What mattered was when they got divorced.
Exactly.
Now we talking about half, 3/4, 1/4, alimony, and child support.
Can't forget that child
I
support.
know it's a lot of
And it all adds up.
yes, it do.
It does. It
In the
really-
sports world, we see it every day.
Oh,
Tyreek Hill is going through it right now.
Oh.
He's getting a divorce. And the government is right there
And
with their hands out. Pay me more. You're going to pay them in the beginning. You're
Yep.
going to pay them in the middle, and you're going to pay them in the end. But that's not a bad thing. It's just what you choose. If it's wrong for you, then choose something else. Because we do have something else.
We do
we
have
will
options.
get into those options, and it's called a spiritual
Yes.
institution. So let's continue on legal union. The legal union of the government also helps in times of inheritance. What do y'all think about the government stepping in? Because it looks like we're minors. We can't control our assets. We can't control our mates. They have to come in and always pay the mediator because we're adolescents. We're not grown enough to do our own Social Security. They got to keep our money for us. We pay into it. And just me, I think a lot of people don't cash in on that. They may cash in the beginning and the middle, but life expectancy for some is not like it used to be. But we'll move on for that. So back to, what do you think about the inheritance and the government playing the role in your legal union?
See, that's the thing. I don't want them in there. Because I feel like back in like centuries ago, we got married, just us two. The government didn't have nothing to do with this, and I feel like they just like, oh, they want to be married. Let's slap this bill on here. Let's slap this contract. Oh, if you get married, you have this and this and this and this, but they don't tell nobody the options that they have also. So me, I don't want no government up in mine because I benefit by myself more than I benefit with having a marriage license and being married when it comes to taxes. Because let's say I have one dependent, right? And I filed my taxes. Let's say I make $50,000 a year. I'm in a different tax bracket. But if my wife, if we file together, we ain't getting no money. We're not getting our hard money that we pay to every check. And then sometimes I put additional money. I add them to take out additional $10, just in case something, my taxes don't add up. So therefore, we're not getting our money back at the end. So I'm probably get 1,000. No. So I benefit by myself because let's say me and my dependent, I pay this. I even put extra money, extra $10 for them to take. Let's say they're taking about $300-400 out of me each check. Yeah, and then at the end of the year, I'm just like, okay, so when I do my taxes, I'm getting back about $3,500, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that is good to me because now I can take care of my kid. I can go get ahead with my bills, my rent and stuff. But I see all the time with the fellows that I work with, they're married, and when taxes come, they get real sad and I always ask them why, and they be like, "Oh, because I never get nothing back because I have a house, I'm married, my wife has a good job, so they never get nothing back."
So some people, the tax benefits.
Yes.
Some people, not so beneficial for them.
No.
Right, because I know wealthy people, we're just ordinary people here. So we going to talk about just, ordinary things. So, Shai, what do you think about the benefits as well?
Well, I think that it is a case-by-case kind of situation because you can't have one way for everybody because everybody's situation is different. Like, if you think about, Hugh Hefner, he had a lot of money to divvy up, right? But yet he had several wives, he had a gang of kids, and someone had to step in in that situation
Yes.
to divvy it up because they
Yes.
was fighting over stuff, and they're just like, well, I was his wife for longer.
I was
and,
his first
and
wife.
I'm his first kid, and all this stuff, and it's just like, okay, like he got like 10 kids, 5 wives, like who's getting what?
Yeah. But
So
that's when a will come in place, right?
that is when a will comes in
Yeah,
place.
at times.
At times.
Yeah,
But
things can get
also,
messy.
yeah, you need somebody to kind of like to
To govern.
to
Yeah.
govern
your
over
affairs.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But in our, like you said, we're not rich people like Hugh Hefner, so we ain't got a lot. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there's much to inherit. But
Yes.
but in those cases where it's like I'm just a regular individual, then I feel like it should be just pretty simple. I can regulate where my money is going, and things like that. And it can be in a will, and I already
trust.
a trust,
yeah.
something very simple. You know, I don't want a funeral. I want to be cremated anyway because paying for like a casket
That's another
is like
topic.
thousands of dollars for a
Thank
casket.
you for bringing that topic up. Yes, because weddings. Right, yes. 'Cause
Yeah, so
That's,
yeah.
that's inevitable. We
Right.
are going
Yeah.
to see those days. And we're going to bring up a show on grief because
Yes.
grief is it's a trying thing. It
is.
struggles.
Yeah.
It's never ending. It's hard to deal with.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
But let's get back on to the legal union because it is governed by the government. It has its good things in it. So those who are married and you're looking at the legal options, we're not bashing people for being pro government
Yeah.
marriages. It's a process. But marriage, if we go back on the history of marriage, which I like to do, go back in the history, it was basically for men to take on their women that they had. In the Bible, it used to be concubines. And it gave the marriage rights, and it gave other women the rights that if something happened to their husband, there will be their inheritance, and they will get treated fairly.
Yeah.
And we had some cultures where marriage was the people wasn't too wealthy and their daughters was arranged to be married. So it would bring wealth to the family. So these are other ways that marriage has existed, but as today it has evolved into more of a legal union. Now, let's take a brief pause and get to the spiritual institution of marriage. Well, we're back. Thanks for that brief intermission. So, what is spiritual institution or being married by God? That's something that most of us should know that are older, and for the young people out there listening on KCAA, radio.com, or 106.5 in San Bernardino County, or 102.3, in Riverside County. I'm trying to touch all bases, and I want you to come back next Saturday at 4 o'clock to the James Cain Experience. So let's get into this is where my more expertise in, because I am a religious counselor, and if you want to message me, you can message me on YouTube channel at James Cain Experience. A spiritual covenant, which means agreement. It's a bond that you make with you your partner, and God. In Genesis, we read last week, it said about a man will leave his parents and he will find a wife. But that word wife in there, some don't know, it means woman. See, the word wife that we know of today actually came from wedding wife. So a lot of the terms you see in the Bible in its early state of wife really means woman or helpmeet. Now, helpmeet is actually suitable, a suitable woman. So when we want to take on a mate, remember the word helpmate came later because it's actually a two word, help me. But later I think after the King James, I'm not sure, it became helpmate. But the helpmeet, I'm just going to explain it this way. Today's times we have a lot of problems because when we get married, in the eyes of God, we do not find a suitable helper. So in the end, the turmoil comes in because if your foundation is not right in the beginning, it's bound to fail in the end. So just think about that. When you lay with your mate after this show, talk to him and say, baby, daddy, whatever you want to call, boo, whatever you call your significant other, just talk about that. Are we suitable together? Our finances, our romances, everything in our relationships matter. We can't take out sex life. You know, I know you women out there, y'all love putting men on punishment. Well, if you don't cut the grass, you don't get done tonight. And we get mad. I know I do. What you talking about,
Bulldog?
What you talking about, woman? So, moving on. Just joking with James. I'm just want to bring some laughter to your day. I know you probably working hard or, you know, something you're doing relaxing. So it's just all out of love. This bond that you have, God looks upon you and all your affairs. He's, in my point of view, bigger than the government. He was our government. We wanted a king, and we wanted man rules over us. If you go back to King Saul, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I will ask my panel what they think about the spiritual union and covenant and bond. Skittles, let the people know how you feel.
Ooh, okay. So me personally, I don't want the government, period. So my spiritual, I think in my relationship is based more spiritual than anything. I think we started, we came together as one. We, you know, of course you have boundaries. You set at your boundaries or whatever. But we, you know, we, like they say, you pray together, you stay together.
Oh, yeah.
You know? What you think about Shy?
Yeah, I think that from the beginning, when you choose, I like how you put helpmeet and suitable partner, because I think that sometimes people get away from that. They're too busy focused on like the material, or the things that are not like somebody who has, you know, who's just measurements 36, 24, 36, and they got a pretty face. That's not enough to be a suitable mate.
Small waist.
Unfortunately. Those are great measurements. It's a brick house, but are they going to be like someone you can talk to, confide in, financially work together? Things like that.
That's what we need.
Yeah, like for me personally, there needs to be a connection mentally emotionally and physically.
Agree.
If those three are not there, then they're not a suitable mate. And the Bible talks about, you need to be patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not easily angered. All these things that we need to see, like, okay, does that, like, is that what you're able to do in this relationship with that person? Or are you guys kind of like unevenly yoked? Which is a whole other topic.
Right.
But basically I see that as like, are you guys on the same level? Do you guys have goals that, come together? Do you support one another? Things like that. If all of those things are not aligned, well, then I feel like then you're not evenly yoked, and also like this person's not going to be your partner, like helping you. They're just going to be doing their own thing, and you're going to do your own thing. I could have been single doing that.
Yes. Yes, and that is true, and it's because in certain relationships, cultures, we have the thing sister wives. It's getting very popular.
Yeah,
before polygamy was looked upon as they're committing adultery there. But in certain cultures, in certain other countries, as long let me make this clear, as long as the parties, the married parties, agree that we can do these things, then it's accepted. A lot of people don't know it's actually in your Bible. Concubine is a very powerful thing, and no one never talks about it, but James came.
I watched
no
that
one's
show.
talking about who marries you, God or the government, because it's both. You can have both.
Yes.
You can believe in God and let the government, because the Bible does say that obey. Well, in the black community, when we say master, hey, that's a
No.
But we're gonna put it this
Obey
way.
authority.
It doesn't mean that. It just means the authorities of the land.
Yes.
So obey the authorities of the land. And if you don't, then I feel sorry for you, because they're going to make an example out of you. So, but let's get back to the spiritual covenant. That spiritual covenant is about love, dedication, struggling together, waking up, watching your mate pass away. I think that's one of the most hardest things to do is watch your mate, the woman or man that you loved for 30, 40 years. And I wish that the phones was lighting up, because I really want to give a shout out to those who've been married 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, because you should be honored in the community.
True.
We're not giving our communities the love that it needs anymore. There's always strife. Look at what's happening in Chicago right now. The federal government is going into Chicago. But why, when all these homeless people is around the corner defecating in front of your business, the federal won't give them housing? Well, that's another topic. But that also is a part of our government. It's not just to be over our marriages. It's not just for taxes. It's not just for governing our Social Security, who I think they take a little bit off the side and put it into the Dow Jones.
Yep.
They take your money, invest it, and then when it's time for you to get it, you're just going to get a little something. They done made billions already. So think about that, because God is watching us all. Whoever your God is, whatever you worship. And I'll say this as we anyone else have something to say before I close this segment?
No, I totally agree. I remember you asked a question: if more marriage people were married on the principle of the Bible, do you think there would be less divorce? less divorce and more caring. I remember you saying that. Me personally, if more marriage were built on these biblical principles, the foundation would be stronger, and the statistics today would probably look different. But that's just me. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think that if we had a more spiritual foundation when we get into marriage, that they would last longer. It's just, the way of the world today. Everybody is their own person. They have their own views on things. And, there's really no right or wrong. However, I firmly believe that those foundations, they did work in the past. They do still work today if we give them a try.
Well, you heard it here first. Spiritual institutions and legal unions can work in harmony if they're done right. But I lean more on the spiritual than the government. It's because I want to have say-so on who I marry, when I get married, where I get married. I want to be able to manage and finance my money. I don't need someone else coming to tell me what to pay on this. Now, they can give me advice. They can recommend things.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I want to be able to manage my money because I believe I'm adult. And if I'm going to fail, let me fail. I don't need someone else making me fail and then telling me it's my fault. Because in today, we have a terrible, terrible way of looking at things. It's always someone else's fault. You go down the street to 7-Eleven, somebody try to run you over, and they'll tell you, watch where you going. And you're walking and they're in the car. It's getting out of hand, listeners. We need to take accountability for our actions and stop looking for someone else to give us something. Because we have it. We have it all. It's right there in your brain. Your brain is a great computer. It's better than the computer. And if you want to learn about finances, social media, it's a lot of sites.
Yes.
If you want to learn how to be a better person, social media, there's a lot of sites. There's a lot of brands. It brings humanistic ideas and vibe to life. We'll be right back with Reading for the Blind. Okay, listeners, we're back. We're back at the time to grab your grandma, your grandpa, your dad, your mother, and put them into a chair or wherever you feel relaxed, outside on the patio. Get them their favorite book and read to them. You can read a chapter. You can read however long you want, but grab someone, a senior, and read to them. Let's bond back. Our strength as seniors are our youth, And you're important, young people. You're young, you're vibrant, you're strong. We need you. So here's my daughter reading to the blind.
For anyone who wants to follow along, I'm reading Genesis chapter 3, verse 6, all the way to verse 14. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And when the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? He said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldn't eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is it that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all of the days of thy life.
Just a moment. I would like to talk about that powerful message there when we talked about a help me. Now, it says that the woman seen something beautiful with her eyes. We're not putting the blame on all the women. That's not where I'm going with this topic. What I'm going is the beauty of things that can put us in slavery, that can take us where we know we don't supposed to be. No matter what it is, calories, drugs, alcohol, it can take you places and take you away from what you've been born not to do. You wasn't supposed to be on drugs. You don't supposed to be consuming alcohol at an all-time high or level. But it's also saying, Adam, you're responsible as well. Adam tried to do what we do today. He tried to run. Oh, no. Oh, God. No, it wasn't me. I ate, but it's the woman that you said to me. So Adam is trying to tell his maker, the woman was not suitable for him. She wasn't his helpmeet. But God said, no. You are one flesh. You are accountable for what goes on in your house. I look at you and your woman as one. That's why I made you a helpmeet. So when you're out there today, tomorrow, whenever it is, just know that responsibility and accountability goes together. Because what you can control, you are responsible for. Now, daughter, could you read Proverbs for us, please?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm reading Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10 to 22. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. And the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all of the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly her hands. She is like the merchant's ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field, and buyeth it with the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength and straightens her arm. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hand holds the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple.
Now, yes, that's the woman that is suitable and proper. Now, there we go, the virtuous woman. And also her man sits at the elder's gate. That means he sits among the elite in the community is because he owns his house. He has probably different investments. Whatever it may be, he's honorable. And his wife is just as honorable. And she gives to the community. She doesn't take, she gives. That's why it's better to give than receive. It's because the reason why it's not because God's going to bless me, because he already has. See, you have your cup running over, so you have no more where to put it. So give it away. Let other people get nourished. Let other people understand that what you have to offer can save their life. And what they have to offer you can save you. So what do you think about the virtuous woman?
Actually, because I haven't, I'm glad we do these Bibles, because I haven't read the Bible since I was 21. Yes. So I was unaware of that part. And I was like, what? Of course, everybody know that, she ate the apple and stuff like that. I grew up on, that. But I did not know the Proverbs part. And I was shocked because I'm just like, that is his woman.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, now my mind is just open. Because then you said he was telling God that wasn't his woman in the beginning. So I was like, oh, wow.
He was blaming God.
Yes.
Because it's not my fault. She
Yes.
tricked me. Yes, it is your fault. Because you fell for it.
Yeah.
What you think, Shai? What you think, Shai?
I love this passage from Proverbs because it talks about the vision I get in my mind when they talk about the virtuous woman is she's almost like a businesswoman.
There you go.
But she's in business with her husband.
Yeah, with her husband.
And she's helping. The finances are good.
Yes.
She's like, I got you. Don't
she's
worry
not
about
stashing
it.
anything.
She's not stashing stuff away.
Nope.
She's not leaving a back door all right, I'm going to make my great escape when we make this $1 million.
And when she walks down the street,
right.
Everybody knows
she's
her
respected.
name. She's respected in her community. And wherever she go at her work, and she's not sitting there what the boss is doing today, trying to tell the boss how to run his business.
Right.
You get in there when you go to work and everybody want to tell
the
boss how to run his business until you get your own business.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think I like that.
Yeah. So, what do you think, the boss?
Well, when I was reading the Proverbs 10 to 22, I noticed that nowadays a lot of men or just people in general always focus on beauty. But in this Proverbs, it doesn't focus on beauty. It focuses on what she can do, what is suitable for her and her mate. It's not just talking about her beauty, but it's talking about what she can do, what she can do to help people.
Yes.
Right.
And I think verse 11 is important because it says the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. And I feel like trust is a really big thing because if you don't have trust in the person that you're with, why even be with them?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my daughter, see. There she go. But I have to tell you, My daughter said she haven't read the Bible since she was 20.
I
All I can think of is bad dad, whoop me. God said don't spare the rod, so whoop me, listeners, whoop me. We're
But
gonna take
I do have Shy. She kind of keeps me updated, and we do on our way to your house. We do read it. We do right.
We got to stay prayed up in America.
Yes.
So much is going on. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with James Sports Weekly Recap. Thank you. Thank you again for tuning in to the James Kane Experience. And if you're still here, that means I put on a wonderful show. And that's what I strive for, is to give you something to think about, to hold on to. And I'm your friend. I'm your someone that you can know that has your best interest. You may not know me, you may not see me, but you know every time you listen to me, you will get something. Right now, before I get into the sports, I just want to say if you would like to come out and meet me, I will be at the Mixed Champagne Lounge in Ontario, September 7th. You can come to the Nick B section and come visit me. I would like to speak with you if you want to speak. Now, guess what, listeners? It's Raider time. Raider. Yes. Football is here. I know the Chargers is looking like, oh, we go, no. We run Southern California. Yes, the Raiders. We can call them Ray Dogs. But you know who's the best in the West. The silver and black. And it don't crack. We may not win much, but we're a community. So, get ready, because next week I will be bringing up the games and, different Charger news. Lakers, I see Luka Doncic. Oh, look, he played good in the Europe League. Oh, it looks like we're going to have a great basketball season.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yes, LeBron's going to be LeBron.
Yes, of course, he always goes.
He is amazing. Man, 40-something years old,
yes,
that can run up and down that court. Oh, yes, And I see his son has improved. If you watch the Summer League, Brownie, is doing his thing out there. So give a little love to Brownie. Don't just think that he's his pops and that's it. He's out there working hard as well. So it shows you that if you feel that your parent is a celebrity, some kids don't want to hide behind the celebrity of their parents. They want their own identity.
Yes.
And that's great, and that's wonderful. Now, with those Dodgers, we got to tell you, they will have you with an upset stomach.
Yes.
They are the best first place team I have ever seen. They will lose, then win, then lose, then win. Oh my God, they like J-Rock. All we do is win.
But that's not true.
Oh, in the mind of an Angel fan. See,
you know, y'all got y'all butt whooped.
Historically,
By who?
Oh my!
last placers.
No, what's crazy is how are we last place and we win almost every game we've been playing.
Not
No,
the recent
man.
game.
Y'all beat
No
the
recent.
Dodgers.
That's the recent game.
Only you can say
No.
the Dodgers. You have,
No,
you're
game
great
that I
in
went
school,
to.
but you're not good in looking up Angels' record. It's just not
That's their
good.
record, okay?
No,
we got
their,
this.
Their record tells a
No.
lot.
Now,
We got
I give
this
y'all
year.
credit. Y'all dismantle the Dodgers.
Yes.
The Dodgers pitching has not been great. Snell pitched, and he pitched a good game, but the offense is not doing too well right now. But we still in first, and it's September, and this is when you
Yes.
play your best baseball. So tonight, go Dodgers. Let's go. Let's get this win.
You mean
so,
Blue Dodgers?
okay, listen. This is James Sports Weekly Recap. Not the boss. You're not the boss of the Dodgers. Okay? Thank you. But moving on, it's something that I want to leave you with, and it's the news and the notes. I forgot to bring that in because I wanted to get to the main topic and why we're here. So, Shy, could you give us the news?
Yes. Our current news today, yesterday, August 29th, marked 20 years since Katrina touched down in Louisiana 20 years ago, August 29th, 2005. People who have been displaced since then have said that Louisiana, they still call that their home, even though some have relocated to Colorado and many other states. They feel like this is just New Orleans for them, but they will forever be home to Louisiana.
Yes.
So a shout out to all those who were displaced
Yes.
by the Hurricane Katrina.
And yeah, I give a special shout out because that's where my mom was born. She was in New Orleans. I love that Southern food. Yes, I love Leon. Continue, Shaja.
Yes, and also with the U.S. Supreme Court has officially been asked to overturn the 2015 decision that granted equal marriage rights to LGBT and interracial marriages. However, legal experts told USA Today that the court is unlikely to overturn that ruling because Joe Biden signed Respect for Marriage Act in 2022, which passed through Congress with bipartisan support that requires all states to recognize same-sex and interracial marriages.
Well, it seems like it's going to stand. Well, that's good for all those who want that type of lifestyle and want that love and want that respect because we all in one country. Interracial marriages is important because they want to be respected. Now, before I go, let me give you just something. Did you know that back in the early 1800s, we're talking about interracial, when the white woman had a child by a black man, we would say slave back then, because slavery was legal, the lineage of that child was the mother's. So if the mother's was white, then the child was white. And then if white men at that time had a child by a slave woman, then it would be considered a slave. Now that's a little tidbit of dirty secrets, and that is an actual fact. Ask your history teachers to start teaching you good history.
Yes.
Well, I hope y'all found something in this show. I know most people is not going to enjoy certain things. Just take something out of it that you can hold on to. Be positive. is because we have enough strife. We have enough problems. We have enough depression. Now, can we live? Can we just get back? Because I remember in the 70s, we Soul Train, American Bandstand, Green Machines. Boy, we go out the yard and pick fruit. We didn't have to spend $30 for a bag of apples. We just picked fruit, went out, played football, loved life. And guess what? In the black community, we owned our homes. It was more blacks owned property back then. Mm-hmm. Why is that? I don't know. But this is what I do know. You can achieve the same dreams that your ancestors had. Mm-hmm. You can see the same thing. Well, I had a wonderful time with you listeners, but I must go. Until next week at 4 o'clock, tune in to the James Kane Experience. If your life is not going right for you, restructure, regroup, refocus on what you have left. It's the James Kane Experience. Peace.
We supply the words. You paint the picture. KCAA.
The Redlands Theater Festival presents their 53rd season, located in the beautiful Prospect Park, with 5 productions in rotating repertory. This year's lineup includes Young Frankenstein, Radio Gals, The Spitfire Grill, You Can't Take It With You, and The Thanksgiving Play. Step away from your devices and get outdoors under the stars. For tickets, go to www.rtfseason.com or 909-792-0562.
Don't text and drive. Keep your eyes on the road because that's where it counts. Our sponsor, Grand Plumbing of Highland, is family owned and operated, serving the area with over a decade of quality and pride. Whether it's residential or commercial faucet leak repairs, water heater repairs, drain cleaning, sewer lines, and gas lines, they do it all. Call 909-222-9629. Again, that's 909-222-9629. Honest, affordable, and a name you can trust. That's Grand Plumbing, reminding us to keep our eyes on the road.
Teamsters 1932 salutes our American workers on this Labor Day weekend.
Even when our economy slows, thousands of jobs are available to anyone with the motivation to succeed. An entry-level position may not carry the prestige or paycheck one might wish for, but a person's willingness to start at the bottom and work his way up the ladder has resulted in promotion and prosperity. On Labor Day, we salute our hardworking neighbors across the land and right here at home.
This is Teamsters Local 1932. We are over 16,000 strong. Our members power the services that keep our communities running.
Now, here's a new concept, digital network advertising, where businesses display your ad inside their building. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, your company is going to thrive with digital network advertising. Choose your marketing sites or jump on the DNA system and advertise with all participants. Your business ad or logo is rotated multiple times an hour inside local businesses where people will discover your company. Digital network advertising, DNA, a novel way to be seen and remembered. Digital network advertising with networks in Redlands and Yucaipa. Call in the 909 area 222-9293 for introductory pricing. That's 909-222-9293 for digital network advertising. One last time, digital network advertising, 909-222-9293.
Are you looking for a good union job? The Inland Empire's 14,000 member strong Teamsters Local 1932 has opened a training center to get working people trained and placed in open positions in public service clerical work and in jobs in the logistics industry. This is a new opportunity to advance your career and raise standards across the region. Visit 1932trainingcenter.org to enroll today. That's 1932trainingcenter.org.
NBC News Radio, I'm Rob Martier. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is unveiling plans for the city to resist President Trump's immigration crackdown. He signed an executive order today instructing Chicago police not to collaborate with federal agents on patrols, arrests, or enforcement operations. Last year, the Wall Street Journal called Mayor Brandon Johnson America's worst mayor. A federal judge is blocking Trump administration policies aimed at expanding fast-track deportations. On Friday, U.S. District Judge Gia Cobb in Washington, D.C., ruled in favor of an immigrant rights group who argued the policies violate constitutional due process rights. British celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay is revealing that he was diagnosed with skin cancer, which has been removed. The TV personality shared a photo on Instagram of a bandage over part of his face and neck and another showing a line of stitches from his earlobe to the top of his neck. Rob Martier, NBC News Radio.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda is sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.